Can I speak without being interrupted?
We probably will respond.
I have suspicions that Scott has been tracing all of his. Yeah, just take that.
Okay. Jay, explain to me what I'm looking at here.
References that Scott's been tracing. If you're gonna say that you're creating something original and then you're not, you're gaining an advantage that you shouldn't have.
When you work within a very formatted show, you have very set limits, but there's a lot of freedom within those limits, and you kind of, because you have a minute to just make this point, get in, get out, you just have a very set, structured goal, and, but there's still a lot of freedom in that.
He's scrambling, he's at the end of his rope, man, he's just looking for anything.
It has been changed.
I was not the only person that thought that.
You could think what you want, man, I didn't do anything wrong.
In the raw footage, what actually happens after that is the group comes back to the loft, and they sit down, and they just joke about what just happened. That was just crazy, and as a viewer, if I just had to see them sit around, joke about what just happened, and just talk about their artwork, I would be hugely disappointed. And the producers, I could hear them in the background kind of trying to get, oh, well, what do you think just happened? Jay, do you want to talk about how you felt? I mean, that kind of, your plan kind of backfired. And he was like, yeah, I guess it backfired. I guess Scott's just winning. And, Scott said something jokey, and they kind of just left it at that. So my producers were suggesting, well, maybe we just, cut another scene where they just discussed their tattoos. And I was, no, I couldn't bear the thought of, after that very climactic thing that had just happened, that there wouldn't be a real confrontation between these two men. So I said, just give me the weekend. And I had an assistant pull every piece of audio where Jay says something about Scott, Scott says something about Jay, where are they sitting in the same room, where he's wearing that shirt. I mean, I said, please just pull every piece you can for me, and I am gonna make this happen.
Jay's going down, man.
Throwing me on the bus.
See, that was your mistake right there, dude.
Should be counting your lucky stars.
I have nothing to hide.
Got a lot to hide. There's no way you could tell me that you drew your own work. I don't believe for 1 second that you had the insight to pull that off.
Basically, every shot and everything you're hearing them say is a complete cheat. The bottom line is you don't want to disappoint your viewers, and they're expecting something out of these characters. So even though, you could say, oh, you cheated that, and you made them say things that they would, it's not what they wouldn't say, it's what they just didn't say for the camera, and because they were completely in character, it worked.
If you think I can't draw, I can draw my ass off.
Scott needs his daily compliments, otherwise he can't function.
I just started on my 5th season of the show, and I still really enjoy it because even though, there are those limits and it's very formatted, it doesn't get repetitive because the characters are different, they're funny, there's always different issues, and there's just always a way to amp the drama, and I really enjoy the challenge of it.
Nothing is decided, that's number 1. Number 2, I know I did a good tattoo, and number 3, we know who the ass of the house is. So either way, I already won.